Howdy, folks. I'm a Slinky,
I'm Amber.
and here's me falling down some stairs. Amber looks horrified, people. She doesn't look happy about that suggestion.
Mm-mm.
All right, folks, our much less dangerous story, at least I assume so, I haven't read any of these, today is titled, Am I the Jerk for Telling My Dad That He Is Dead to Me? So again, surprise Reddit for me. Let's find out what it's about. I'm a 25-year-old female, and I had a strained relationship with my dad for most of my life. My parents split when I was 10 because he cheated with my stepmom. My mom took my brother and I back to her home state, and my dad only kept contact with my brother and refused to acknowledge that I existed for reasons he still refuses to explain. Well, he went on to adopt his stepdaughter, who is also 25, and have 3 more daughters with his wife that absolutely adores but refuses even to call me on birthdays. Yes, I'm still extremely bitter. When I was 20, my dad had a change of heart after he had a cardiac arrest and decided that he wanted to know me. I went to visit him and we began working on our relationship. During my trip there, I visited him. I met one of his friend's sons and we started a long-distance relationship. I ended up moving to his state after I graduated college to be with my boyfriend and we got married. After my dad's cardiac arrest, he was fitted with a pacemaker and a monitor. I'll spare you the details. My husband and my dad's stepdaughter were having an affair. Ouch. From before we were even married. Ouch. I was devastated. I couldn't even get out of bed for days, and I got hospitalized at a psych ward. At the time, my dad's stepdaughter still lived with him. My dad showed no signs of disapproval at what she did. He was obviously very angry with my husband, but he didn't even try to do anything about his stepdaughter. He didn't even tell her off. At the very least, I expected him to kick her out. When I asked him why, his reasoning was that she was his daughter, so he wasn't going to tell her off and that I needed to get over it. I absolutely lost it and I blew up at him about our relationship after my parents split and how he refused to even speak to me on birthdays, attend my graduation, or anything for no reason at all. His pathetic excuse at that point was that I looked and sounded like my mother and it hurt to speak to me, but he's the one who cheated on my mother. After that, I just stood up and I told him that he was dead to me and I was never going to speak to him again. And I left and I went home. When I got home, I was bombarded with phone calls and texts from my family members calling me evil for wishing death on my dad. When I tried to explain that I didn't mean I wanted him to die, but that I would never speak to him again, they berated me for stressing out someone with a pacemaker. They're all demanding that I apologize, and I feel terrible now. Am I the jerk? I feel like my judgment is clouded by everything that I have going on and been through recently. All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. Your dad has been an absolutely garbage dad, and he continues to be an absolutely garbage person.
Yeah, I mean, I would potentially rate OP differently if they had actually wished to them to die to their face or something to that effect, but in this particular case, OP was just saying that you're dead to me, I don't want to speak to you anymore, right? And now they're trying to make it seem like OP's the villain when OP's not the villain. OP's the victim in all of this, right? Every step of the way, poor OP's been victimized, and no one is doing anything about it to make amends or anything like that. So, yeah, I don't blame OP. I think that this is just a terrible situation, and I just feel so bad for them. Anyhow, take care and good luck. And Boss Poss 91 says, not the jerk, goodness, I'm so sorry that you've been through all of that, and I hope that you're able to find some peace and healing away from that insanity. And OP replies, I'm trying to find a job back in my mom's state so I can go back. So wish me luck. I actually wish OP the greatest luck here. That's terrible. I feel so bad for them. All right, folks, our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for telling my soon-to-be sister-in-law that she's a jerk for not respecting my brother's wishes for their wedding. Fake names. My brother Jace is getting married in a month to his fiancée Mary, and there have been a lot of instances where my brother is displeased with the bride-to-be's choices. One instance is how he doesn't like the style of wedding dresses that she likes. He hasn't seen her actual wedding dress, I have, but he knows the general direction of what she's going for. I've seen the dress, and honestly, I'm certain my brother will displease it. Secondly, she's dyed her hair into a dirty blonde shade and changed her natural hair color, which was chocolate brown. My brother adores natural hair and everything natural, to be honest, so the drastic change that she's made while before the wedding, he's not a fan of it. Thirdly, it's the thing that broke the camel's back for me and led to me to speak up about her behavior. Alright folks, you can already see. I'm guessing this is the bombshell. She's doing a full glam makeup for the wedding, which my brother hates. He prefers light, natural makeup. The whole thing bothers me because while I understand it's her wedding, I think that she fails to realize it's also my brother's wedding, and she doesn't respect any of his opinions regarding this. She just does whatever she wants and expects my brother just to get over it, as if his opinion on how the wedding will unroll and his opinion on certain choices doesn't even matter. So a couple days ago, I addressed this with her, and I made sure my brother knows that he's in the right and that I'm on his side. So I addressed it while both of them were present, and I said that Mary is being really self-centered and kind of a jerk for not taking into account my brother's opinions, and I reminded her how it's also his wedding, not just her. She went into full defensive mode and said that she values his opinion on general stuff like the decorations or what kind of song that they'll dance to, but she won't let my brother dictate her appearance, and that I should take my unsolicited advice and shove it. My brother barely reacted, and when I looked at him to step in, he said, "You reap what you sow," pretty much means I brought this on myself. I was just trying to do a nice thing and stick up for my brother just for him to throw me under the bus. Anyone I've told this to has acted like a jerk, and it was not my business to get involved in the first place, and I really don't understand this narrative. Could I really be the jerk for wanting to defend my brother? All right, folks, what do you think, jerk or not the jerk?
Yes, you're absolutely the jerk. Like, it's important for couples to have some level of agreement over things like decorations and whatnot, but it doesn't sound like the only thing that she's not consulting him in is her personal appearance, and that's her, like, it's how she looks on their wedding is her, like, thing more than his.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if this is a deal breaker for him, then it needs to be a deal breaker and he can get out of this relationship, right? But it doesn't sound like he is, like, saying no, right? It doesn't sound like he's actually being like, actually the wedding's off about this if you change your appearance, right?
Yeah.
So I think that sister-in-law, OP here, just needs to back out and mind their own business. I mean, I just think that that's really what's necessary here.
Exactly. Like, it sounds like he was venting to OP and, like, you know, whatever. But, like, then OP was like, I'm going to rush in and save him.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's not your place. It's, first of all, it's their disagreement. And then secondly, this is her body we're talking about.
Yeah. Anyhow, take care and good luck. And Violation 69 says, "You're the jerk. Hope someone does the same to you on your wedding day." And OP replies, "I'm already married, and I always took my husband's opinion seriously whenever he didn't like something I liked. It's called compromises."
No, that's not called compromise when one person dictates it for the other.
Yeah, I mean, compromises are when two people work together to find a middle ground. If outright rejection isn't a compromise, and I think that that would be an unhealthy way to run an affair like a wedding. So I just hope OP ended up getting the wedding that they wanted. I don't actually wish them any ill will. I think that this is just a little bit mean. I think it's a mean reply.
Yeah, that one I loved.
And Crystal Queen 3000 says, "You're the jerk. Could I be the jerk for wanting to defend my brother? From what? Eyeliner and hair dye? Get over yourself." Yeah, I mean, that's about the size of it. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea over here, and Amber picked it out. Amber also has a joke. She's looking at me, waiting for my permission to speak. Speak, Amber, speak. Speaking of compromises.
I just want to make sure I'm on cue. Why was the farmer cross?
Why was the farmer cross? Okay, well, this is why the farmer was cross. The farmer was cross because there was a drought. And the drought made the farmer very cross because the crops weren't growing. And because the crops weren't growing, the farmer wasn't very happy about this. So the farmer, deciding to take matters into their own hand, decided to start a ritual. And this ritual involved some sacrifices that aren't probably YouTube appropriate. And so when the police found out about them, they arrested him and threw him in jail, and so now he's cross because he's sitting in a jail cell and being charged with some terrible crimes against humanity.
Because someone stepped on his corn.
Ritual sacrifice, stepping on corn, same things. I got it right, right? And I have licorice spice. And I guessed it right.
Although, to be fair, I told Brian it couldn't be mint because we're almost out.
Yeah, we are almost out of mint, so I probably won't be getting mint in the next couple of days. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving it a like. And if you didn't, consider giving it a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow. Amber says goodbye. She left. She already left. She's gone, folks.
Bye.